Hello, friends and neighbors, and welcome to episode 23 of Ray and Benny Talk Sports. We're here at the Underground Recording Studio at the site formerly of the Excalibur Arcade. Producer Grimy got the front door. And of course, we have the man who thinks smacking Chris Rock should be a sport. Benny, what was up with that, bro?
Yeah, with angry Will. He was not happy.
Oh yeah, he put the smackdown on that dude.
Yeah, he leaned into that one. Nice open hand smack.
I get it. It's assault. I get it. Chris Rock won't charge him. But if some dude was made a joke about my partner's condition, on worldwide TV, I'd have something to do, man. Not just say I'd have something to do.
It's funny because comedians usually can get away with a lot of things, right? And it's just like sometimes they cross the line and you're like, oh, how the hell did they get away with that? But
not last night.
Joking about someone's illness, probably not the best thing. So
no, I think
I'd like to know for sure if it was legit or not, or staged, but some of it looked staged. Like Rock was ready for the hit almost, it seemed, but Will's anger looked real too. So it's interesting. Good night for the Oscars, I guess.
Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth. He said it twice loud.
The best thing, the dude's never swore in a rap song or anything, eh?
Nope.
And now he's swearing on live TV or whatever it was.
Yeah, maybe he'll drop an album.
Not
now.
Live. Yeah. New album. That's about to drop tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Getting jiggy with the part 2.
Yeah.
Let's get into we're supposed to talk about sports, not slapping actors around. But don't forget to smash that subscribe button so you can keep up to date on new episodes, special interviews, features. Leave a like, leave a comment. Where can they find us on social media, bro?
We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, Ray Benny Sports. And don't forget to check out our latest interview with a Bomber great, John Bolden. Check him out on YouTube. We have the video. We have the podcast too up on Buzz.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Solid NFLer.
Yeah.
That was a good interview.
Yeah. Amazing guy. Great guy to talk to. Nice and easy.
We have another interview coming up. Big news.
We do.
Winnipeg Jets fans. So,
Yeah.
But press that alert button too, so y'all find out. Any which way. We had the last week off, so we have a lot of stuff to catch up on. We have a whole bunch of Winnipeg Jets trade deadline action. See how those guys are doing. Of course, we have Andrew Kopp traded. We have the NFL free agency. NFL, this is probably the craziest offseason, wouldn't you say, bro?
Ever? It's getting crazier and crazier every year. We thought last year was crazy when Stafford got traded.
That's nothing.
No,
it's crazy. It's crazy. And we got a lot of craziness to catch up with. And of course, we have Team Canada making it to the World Cup, stamping their ticket to the World Cup. And let's start with that, brother. 4-0 win over Jamaica. And we're in.
Yeah. Impressive. What a moment. 4-0. You know what? When they played the other night, what was it? Thursday night? A little bit unlucky in that Costa Rica game.
Yes.
The red card, the post, the crossbars. It's just like it just wasn't meant to be in that one, right?
Yeah.
It was meant to be at home. Clinching the World Cup berth in 36 years in Toronto. So
that was amazing.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy to see them because like 86 World Cup. I don't really remember too much of that, and I don't think I paid attention even if Canada was in it.
No, there's nothing to remember. They didn't even score a goal.
No. So there was nothing there. So so to finally make it back there again in our lifetime to actually be able to see it, and hopefully it becomes a normal occurrence,
Yeah.
Over the next, I know the next one is in Canada, Mexico, United States. So maybe they get a free one into that one, but hopefully years past that.
For sure we're in. So that'd be great. 2 World Cups in a row. They're really setting a foundation here.
Yeah.
And of course we've mentioned this guy before, John Herdman. Amazing.
Yeah, he built that. He helped build that women's program, got them to a stable positioning, and they've had success.
Yeah,
and now he did that same to the men's one. Right, there was so many times Canada got close, but then they just falter right at the end, and then it'd take them years to recover just from that. That one bad loss, and it's like, oh, they're never going to make it back here.
Yeah,
But the amazing thing is they did this too without Alphonso Davies. He didn't play the last 5 games. And those were all big games, win against Mexico, United States without him, and that's awesome. And then he's going to be back and they'll be even better.
Yeah. And I think you can see an identity really coming through on Canadian soccer teams, a very patient team, like a chess playing team, really clogging up the middle, not giving up good scoring opportunities. A team that's willing to not have the ball for the most of the time. They'll take their chances, let you go outside, and not really be able to penetrate, and then they take the ball and score. So that's great to see that Canada actually has an identity, or at least is starting to get identity in soccer. Football.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do against, the teams in Europe and all that kind of stuff, South American teams. But even against Costa Rica, you almost saw two sides to them. The first half was a little bit sloppy, but when they got down, they showed they could be an offensive team, as they did too against Jamaica, scoring 4, but they can come at you if they need to, right? They can play that defensive game, but they have the skill and the speed. What was his name? Richie Laredo. He was playing on the wing there a bit, and he was just up and down with that speed, with even Tejon Buchanan on the other side, and they're just causing havoc with their speed up and down that the sides, eh?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool to see. I'm interested to see how they do against the bigger teams. Hopefully we can score a goal this time. I'm sure they will, but
they will.
Maybe they can get a win, at least a win. Maybe they make the next round. Who knows?
Yeah, and Grenada is probably never going to make a World Cup in my lifetime. The Philippines aren't going to make a World Cup in my lifetime. Probably, I doubt it. So I really can't talk about it. But do you want to talk about Italy for a brief minute or two, and what happened with that program, and what's going on in the future? Do you think, bro? It's not necessarily to rag on them, but there's got to be a future as well.
Yeah, 9 months ago they were champions of Europe, and now they've crashed out of the World Cup qualifying. And the worst thing is they had it pretty good in the group stage. They should have probably qualified there. A couple missed penalty shots of all things stopped them from winning a couple games. They ended up in ties. And then this effort against North Macedonia, they had the chances, they just couldn't finish. Their biggest thing, even in the Euro Cup, was they couldn't score goals. Yeah. And if you talk to someone, it'd be like, you know what, got a good team, a good D, good mid, but no goal scoring up front. And it came back to haunt them again. And even North Macedonia's goal that they scored was from well out. And you're like, if you got a world-class goalie, you're thinking he should stop that. But disappointing end. Another one. So
is it rebuild? Is it coach?
Nah, you know what? I like the coach. The funny thing is they've lost 2 games since he's been there.
Yeah.
2 games in like 40-something games, and other teams have lost many, and they're about to qualify for the World Cup. They lost 2, and they're not going to qualify. So it's kind of funny when you look at it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So they haven't been bad for the most part. If they can find that striker, though, that would be great. So I'd stick with the coach for a little bit longer. I wouldn't get rid of him. The other day I was ready to toss him to the moon with everyone else in there, but I like what he's done for the most part. So we'll see.
All right.
But
all right.
That's terrible, missing out 2 World Cups. Who would have thought Canada would be in the World Cup and Italy wouldn't again for the second time in a row?
Powerhouse nation.
Yeah.
Well,
well.
Speaking of coaches, a coach I don't want to keep is Lowry. How disappointing is it? We're moving on to the Jets. How disappointing is it when a coach is absolutely clueless on what's wrong with the team and why it can't be consistent? That was his response. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, you're how many games into the season? 67? And you don't know what's wrong? That's a reflection of this whole year right there, bro. I'm done.
Yeah, it's done. There's been how many questions have been answered this year with I don't know. Like, it's been quite a bit. What's your identity? I don't know. Shifley, Wheeler, whatever. And now Lowry. The funny thing is they're 7-3 in their last 10. So the worrying thing for me is they finish out strong in these last 15 games. Maybe make the playoffs. I doubt it, but barely miss out.
Yeah.
And them thinking, okay, Lowry did a pretty good job once he had his full team in there.
No, bro. Don't even. I dread that scenario.
Dude, I'm a Jets fan. This is the stuff I worry about, because I've seen what the Jets do to their loyalty. They keep guys around forever. They keep coaches longer than they should.
Yeah.
So they're very loyal. So if they're thinking Lowry is going in the right direction, they might give him more time.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with that. It's games like losses to Ottawa, and barely beating Columbus really, and struggling against Coyotes yesterday.
Overtime for both of those games.
So it's like those ones, it's like you're not, they're getting those wins, but they're not playing as a great team. Like, they're just barely beating these bad teams, and they've lost. How many games have they lost now? Buffalo, Arizona. They've lost games to Chicago.
Ottawa.
and then they struggle to win these games. Even when they beat Arizona so far, I think they've struggled in almost every one of those wins.
Yeah, they've had a tough time with Arizona, the worst team. They got 15 games left, bro, and they're within striking distance. What, they're a point out of it right now?
Yeah, a point, 2 points out from Vegas and a point behind Dallas, though. But Dallas has 3 games in hand.
Yes.
So they got to just have a tough schedule, though. They have a stretch of Colorado, Florida, Tampa, Rangers, and Carolina all on the road.
Yeah.
And I think 10 out of their 15 were against teams in the playoffs. So it's going to be tough for them to see, if they can do it. So they can only lose maybe 2-3 games. So.
And they're not going to play the young guys.
Well, at least Billy Hainela got back in the lineup.
Yay.
Will he stay, though? Probably not, but I hope he does.
Probably not. It's great to see Mason Appleton back in town.
Yeah, Mason Appleton's back.
I like that.
At least they only gave a 4th. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's fair. That's fine.
Yeah.
And they got a couple, talking about trade deadline, they got a couple picks back for Andrew Copp going to the Rangers. Thoughts on that trade, bro?
Yeah, I like it. I like it's two conditional seconds and a couple other picks, I think, or one other pick. One could turn into a first. I like the move. You're going to possibly lose Copp or you're probably going to lose Copp this offseason for nothing. So yeah, at least you turned it into those 2 picks, and they had enough guys that they could bring back in the lineup. I know they traded for Zach Sanford as well from Ottawa.
Max.
Kind of fill in one of that bottom 6 roles. You still have Adam Brooks there. He's sitting there, in the press box, but he's another bottom 6 guy, right? Yeah. So, and there was really no room right now for Copp on the top 2 lines. So,
yeah, I want to see how this. He probably won't get played. He'll probably be stuck in the system or maybe trade later. But I want to see this Morgan Barron that he got from the Rangers. He's a pretty big kid. 6'4",
yeah, he's a big 220. Dude. Yeah,
so we'll see what he can do maybe in the future. I hope they give him a shot.
Yeah, we'll see.
What kind of direction they go in next year? Are they going to stay the course?
Yeah, I think so. It depends what guys want, though. Is Scheifele going to say, "Hey, man, I've had enough"? Is Hellebuyck going to say, "Hey, man, I've had enough"? They pretty much have all their D. I'm pretty sure they're all signed for at least next season for sure. Most of them, right?
Yeah.
So that's not changing. It just all depends on Stanley or Hainela for next year. Perfetti can play, so he's in your top 9 there for sure.
Yeah.
So Stastny, who knows? He'd probably resign too, because at this point, where else is he going? But you know what I'd liked over the last few games with the injuries, that he was playing center again when Lowry was out with COVID.
On third line.
Yeah. Why not get him in there? Let him play that.
When Lowry comes back, put him on the 4th line. Let him center that 4th line.
Lowry came back already.
On the 4th line?
No, I think they put everything back together again. So
fabulous.
But that's the thing. Put him down there. That now would open up a spot if Perfetti was around for Perfetti to play somewhere in the top 6 as well.
Yeah.
And then you could have a decent, even if you had Perfetti with Stastny on the 3rd line, that would be nice, because you got another playmaker, or a Stastny playmaker instead of, grit with Perfetti. So we'll see. We'll see
if they play these young ones. I might as well play them now.
But they still got a shot. So they're probably not going to play too many young guys.
Of course they still have a shot.
Not too many young guys are going to make it in when they still within striking distance.
It's those games, bro, where they win 2 in a row and then they lose against Ottawa that just has me convinced that they're not making the playoffs.
So I'm pretty much with you. I have that 1% thought that they could, but chance. Yeah, exactly. Ottawa game. Like, are you kidding me?
And they're all Winnipeg has to do. Not all Winnipeg. If Hellebuyck goes on a little Vezina run, he's not going to win the award. But to end the season, they're all in again. They're all in again. Nothing's going to change. So, especially like we said with the coach Lowry.
No, and that's the thing. If the season ends and they did make the playoffs, and that next day they don't clear out that whole coaching staff, then chances are they probably aren't.
Imagine. We're gonna have
Charlie
to have a
Huddy back
episode,
again,
bro.
Charlie Huddy, one more season, 12 seasons. Like a team for the lack of success that they've had over time that they've been back, to have the core of their coaching staff pretty much still there from day one. Like the only thing that's changed is the head coach. Really? Like, what teams do that? I can't find probably any other team that has done that and kept their coaches for that long through so many losing seasons. But hey,
we'll see.
We got the NHL back, so that's good.
Don't even start with that. Any other moves on the trade deadline outside of Winnipeg that kind of caught your eye, brother?
Yeah, I like the Fleury to the Wild trade.
Yes.
The Wild have had some inconsistent goaltending with Talbot, and I can't remember that backup that they had there. So, yeah, it's a good move. It shores up that goaltending, and it allows, maybe if Fleury is having a bad couple games, they could go back to Talbot, and the other way around, if Talbot's on losing games, and hey, you got Fleury.
Yeah.
So I like
Fleury's
that move.
pretty good this time of the year.
Yeah.
Fleury enjoys late season action, postseason is good. I think Florida paid way too much for Sherrod.
You think?
Oy, oy, oy.
I think they paid more for Sherrod almost than what they paid for Giroux.
Wow.
Okay. They got quite a bit back in that Giroux trade. It was kind of surprising how much the Flyers ended up giving up to trade Giroux. It was weird. So, yeah. But they got a first and a prospect, I think. So,
yeah. The sneaky little move that got me, not a sneaky little move, is Max Domi to Carolina. I know he's not Max Domi, like maybe I once remember Max Domi.
Yeah.
But I think he might fit that team pretty good.
Yeah.
And, he's going to be probably a bottom six forward, bottom six center. And him as bottom six center is not bad, especially for some playoff help.
Yeah, he could be their fourth line center even, and that's not a bad deal right there to have him as your fourth line center for sure.
Oh, because he's relentless, that guy on the ice.
Yeah.
He's relentless. He might not put points up anymore, but he'll be in your face, forechecking and playing good defense. So I like that guy.
I like the Mark Giordano trade to the Leafs.
For the Leafs?
Yeah, Mark Giordano traded to the Leafs. Yeah, I like that move actually for the Leafs. So I mean, they gave up a couple seconds, I think it was, right? No first or anything like that, but I like the move of a veteran guy back there. And if he can get back to a bit of a form that he was playing in Calgary in the last couple seasons, I think it'll be a pretty good move for them to help shore up their D. But again, for me with the Leafs, like the Oilers, it's that goaltending. So
I'm not even going to say it about the Leafs.
Honestly, if they ended up getting Fleury or Edmonton ended up getting Fleury, I would probably put them up in the Stanley Cup contenders for sure.
Did Holland even try?
I don't know if he did. I know Dubas and the Davidson from Chicago there talked a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they aired it out. I guess Davidson gave the exact deal I think that Toronto was trying to send. Gosh. But I don't think it ever got to the point where Chicago asked Fleury if he wanted to go there or not. I think it broke down before that. I've never really heard much on Edmonton. I'm sure they called. They had to have called. But
maybe.
Man, if the Wild gave up their first, why, Edmonton, Toronto should have gave that up too if Fleury was willing to go there.
I mean, he's looking pretty good, man. He's looking pretty good.
Sitting in second place right now, I think, right?
Yeah.
So
let's move on to the NFL and their crazy offseason transactions. We'll start with receivers. Let's start with Davante Adams going to the Raiders. That was crazy. I didn't see that one coming. I thought it was going to be hold out and then we'll see what happens. But dang.
Yeah, pretty much the same. I was expecting him not to show up on that franchise tag, for them to go back and forth for a while.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, boom, Davante's a Raider. It's like, what? It's like, okay, you can see that coming a little bit, but not really. You know how Carr and Adams have talked, and they've always wanted to play together.
They work out together.
But yeah, man, the NFL is nuts, man. It's a league that never stops. Now you got the draft coming up soon too, so that's going to be talked about a lot. But yeah, Davante Adams, it's a big move. We'll see I guess Rodgers knew about it, so he was okay with it kind of going through, but we'll see. There's been other receivers that the Packers could end up signing or trying to get that they haven't yet. So I don't know how they're going to fill in that spot.
Yeah. At the same time, they have Aaron Rodgers. They do, but they'll find receivers.
Adams always seemed like that security blanket for Rodgers. Not that he needs one, but he just knew Adams would get open and he can get in that ball no problem, especially when he needs to be quick.
Yeah.
Get that ball out in less than 3 seconds because the other team's D-line is, good, and he always had Davante. It's like he couldn't get there with other guys. I know with Tanyan, he had a good rapport for the most part, but it wasn't clicking last year as much as it did the year before. So I'll be interested to see who they go after. Unless there's another trade out there for a wide receiver or they're drafting someone.
For sure they're drafting someone. They should have drafted a receiver.
Who's the number one?
Drafted Adam Lazard when they drafted Jordan Love. That was a bad move right there.
Exactly. You could have had Justin Jefferson right now. Ayuk. Who else is out there? Like, there's so many guys that you could have had.
Is that Jerry Udy's year?
Yeah, he was a little bit earlier, so they might not have got him. But even Lamb dropped quite a bit. You could have maybe tried to get in there for Lamb.
Oh well.
Right. There was guys. There was good guys there. So
we'll see what they do. We'll see how much of an MVP Aaron Rodgers is.
Yeah, you got another big wide receiver moving. Tyreek Hill. That was another bombshell.
Is he the highest paid wide receiver now?
Yeah, I think. I think by slightly more than Adams. Mm-hmm. It's just weird because everyone's contract is always announced as way bigger than what it actually breaks down to, right?
Yeah.
3 years, 150 million, but it's actually only 2 years worth. It's weird, but that's the NFL making the numbers look big. It'll be interesting to see what he can do with Tua.
Yeah, apparently Tua's a really accurate quarterback.
Yeah,
and get the ball out quick. But we'll see about those deep balls when he gets past the DBs if Tua can get it to him. He's not known for the strongest of arms.
No, but you got those two guys with now Tyreek Hill and Waddle. Get them the ball in their hands, short stuff. It was just like the Niners, right? Like Mike McDaniel is a coach there who came from the Niners. Short passes to Debo, Ayuk, let those guys get it and find that open space. So if McDaniel can do the same thing in Miami, getting them open, those guys are going to make you pay, especially Tyreek Hill, man. How many times does he grab that ball at the 50 and darted around so many guys for a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
So just get him the ball. Tua's got to do what Jimmy did, basically. Just try not to make mistakes.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see for sure.
We'll see. Actually, what I'm really excited to see is how that tight end on the Raiders does well, or with Devontae Adams on that team now.
Yeah.
He was a good tight end before that, but now the underneath, you can't really have a safety and a linebacker on that guy when you have Devontae Adams there. So I think Weller might have a huge year.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, Hunter Renfrow was pretty good last year too, with Carr getting him the ball a lot. So you have like 3 weapons almost there now.
Yeah, and then
that'll be tough for D's.
Josh Jacobs. They have Josh Jacobs. They have a great running back.
Yeah. If they can find a decent backup for him, because it's hard for him to stay healthy a whole season.
Yeah.
That AFC West is gonna be nuts, man.
It's gonna be fun to watch the AFC West, bro.
I'm excited to see how that breaks down and what the games turn out to be.
And KC getting some receiver help with Juju and Valdez-Scantling.
I'd still rather Tyreek Hill than both those guys, but yeah, we'll see what both those guys can do. Juju had a good season. What was it? 2 seasons ago? 3
seasons when he had Antonio Brown with.
Yeah. So, and Valdez-Scantling's always been that close to breaking out, but not quite reaching there. So we'll see what they can do with Mahomes and if they can keep that offense humming.
Yeah.
But they've taken a couple hits, KC. So it's funny because you look at those 4 teams and KC has lost some guys on D. They're not going back with Tyrann Mathieu. And now they lost their best wide receiver, but they do have 12 picks. But if you look at the 4 of the teams, the other 3 got better. And KC maybe took a step back, but we'll see what they can do in the draft with all those picks. And maybe they won't have a problem.
We'll see. We'll see. And of course, always under the radar is that Allen Robinson moved to the Rams.
Yeah.
Which is a great move. The Rams, again, Super Bowl contenders, Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah, it was a good move. I like Allen Robinson. I always wanted to see him too on the Niners. But now he finally has a quarterback in Matthew Stafford, right? That guy has done amazing things with some terrible quarterbacks, Blake Bortles, Nick Foles, with the Trubisky. Like it's just been a terrible run for him. So he's finally has a quarterback. So it'll be interesting. They got rid of Robert Woods though. Maybe Odell goes back, and that's your Cup, Odell, and Robinson would be a crazy 3 wide receiver set.
That would be very good.
Yeah,
I wouldn't complain with that. And Higby is a tight end. Pretty good.
Yeah. It depends. Is Donald a free agent? I'm not sure. They're just trying to sign into an extension. So
Aaron Donald, going to get some.
Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
He's going to get some big coin, probably signing an extension this year. So we'll see.
He should be like the highest paid defensive player in the league.
Oh, he should be for sure.
He should be. We'll see if they can afford it.
Yeah, that guy's done a lot. He's disrupted a lot of games. He basically ended the Niner game and the Super Bowl in the playoffs. So
yeah, he's such a dominant force in the middle.
Yeah,
probably the most dominant defensive tackle I've seen since maybe Warren Sapp.
Yeah. Yeah, he causes a lot of havoc.
He's better than Warren Sapp, I think.
Probably, yeah.
He's better than Warren Sapp for sure.
A lot better shape. Maybe if Warren Sapp had gotten in shape like Aaron Donald is, he would have had a better career.
Yeah, he needed that size, though. He needed that size. Warren Sapp was an amazing athlete. He could dunk a basketball at that size, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's crazy to look at that, to see what his size was. And he wasn't, you looked at him, he wasn't really in the greatest shape kind of guy looking or anything like that. But yeah, he could move and get to that quarterback, no problem.
Jeez. Yeah, we should have a Mount Rushmore of defensive tackles coming up soon.
That'll be tough to pick 4. Wow. Yeah.
All right, coming up. There's an idea. Put that in the bank.
Good idea.
How about that QB carousel that never seems to stop spinning?
Yeah.
You got Baker Mayfield in Cleveland now kind of looking for a home because they picked up Deshaun Watson. By the way, what a terrible press conference that was. Deshaun Watson. This guy, you know what? He's a great athlete. He's a great quarterback, but I think this is Cleveland being Cleveland. It's not going to be a good move, brother.
Yeah, I think they're getting tired of always being that, that team that can't get over the hump or make the next move, or it has a good season like it did last year, and then all of a sudden, or 2 seasons ago, and then this season, happens. So they want to get their name out there, but that's a big move. That's trading a lot of picks. You're guaranteeing Watson a $230 million contract. Like that all gets paid no matter what. Even if Watson, it doesn't sound like he's getting charged, but he still has civil cases possibly.
This guy's so sus, man. It's
and he may still get suspended by the NFL, but I don't know, man. 22 cases and there's no charges being laid at this point. Like, I don't know, man.
Who needs 20 plus massage therapists, bro?
Exactly.
All female. Who needs that? Come on. Yeah. And the guy was like, no, he didn't feel remorseful at all or anything, or that anything happened. All he said was, whatever. I wasn't raised that way, so he didn't do it. It's like, oh, what a clown. Sorry, Cleveland. You're in for again.
I don't think most people are raised certain ways and end up doing something bad.
Exactly.
Some are for sure, but not everyone is. So it's almost like a poor excuse to kind of use that. So
no, it sounded so horrible.
Yeah.
You should have said no comment.
No. Interesting to see what he can do in Cleveland. Right now, there's only Amari Cooper there, so it's not a lot of receivers out there anyways.
Being Cleveland. Oh, my goodness.
How about Jimmy G? Where's he going?
Oh, he's staying right there. He's going to be a salary cap boondoggle for the 49ers, I think, bro.
Good God.
That market has dried up.
It is. There's only Carolina needs a quarterback, but they're already paying Donald $20 million, I think, because they guaranteed his contract. So they're not going to go get Jimmy and pay him another 20 or Baker and pay him 20. There's Seattle. I guess they only got Drew Lock, but trading for Baker makes more sense than the Niners trading them Jimmy, really.
Yeah, and Seattle's rebuilding. So why are they going to waste that big of a cap space on a quarterback that's not a guaranteed win?
Exactly. Might as well run with Drew Lock. You have Denver's first rounders next year. Maybe you can turn that into a good quarterback. Maybe there is good quarterbacks coming out next year. You got that option, right?
Yeah.
I guess they even got Denver's first rounder this year. So maybe there's a quarterback there for them to be had and, draft him and then you start the rebuild already.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing with Jimmy G, brother. Yeah, you're stuck with
Dude, he's going to be starting.
Oh,
my God. If Trey Lance is not good enough to take over that starting job from Jimmy,
you can't possibly have a $20+ million backup.
No, but they're going to hold on to him and probably hope that one of these starting quarterbacks gets hurt in preseason or it's at some point in the first few weeks of the season.
Yeah.
And then they can try and get a first rounder out of one of these good teams that, hey, I've got a pretty good chance. I need a quarterback. I don't know. For what Jimmy is, I think the biggest thing is injuries. He's not a terrible quarterback. Like he's not in the bottom 10 of the league or anything. He's probably maybe 15 to 20 kind of thing. Yeah. So he's decent enough to get good teams, but nobody wanted him. So
no, I think in history he's comparable to Trent Dilfer, just without a ring.
He'd be more than Trent Dilfer. He was actually relied on to win some games. He was better than Trent Dilfer, man.
In what way?
He could actually throw the ball, complete the ball.
He's had some throw the ball. He's never had to because he had Jamal Lewis running the ball the whole time, but he's never had to make a play to win a game.
He is not Trent Dilfer bad.
Well, because
he's not Trent Dilfer bad.
I think this career proves that is $20 million. Y'all just got stuck with a contract, man.
No, because
I don't know what tier quarterback you'd put him in other than Trent Dilfer. That's where I'm putting.
They can easily cut him, and they don't owe him anything. So they're not stuck at all. So if they needed the cash or they wanted to get
rid of him. If they're going to cut this guy, then they're not going to get nothing for this guy. So that's not good either.
But that's the thing. It's either you bite the bullet and keep him for another year, and then he leaves in free agency. You get a comp pick for him, right, at some point. Yes. If they needed the money, it's not like they're going out there and spending any money on a free agents or anything like that. That they need is 25 mil. So it hasn't hurt them in that way. Otherwise, they would have cut him at this point.
So who are you going to compare this guy to in history, if not Trent Dilfer?
I'd have to think about that, man. But he's Trent Dilfer's got the ring, so I guess we can't even compare him to that, right?
That's kind of just where I'm putting him in regards to play.
The guy, when he has played, he has won games. Yes, sometimes he's not relied on to carry the game or do anything like that, but he has actually done well for Shanahan and the Niners. So I'll give him credit for that. But if the dude could stay healthy.
Oh, bro, he's going into does he have shoulder surgery coming up?
He already did it. That's the biggest thing.
No, see, exactly.
That's the biggest thing why the Niners want to move on from him, because the guy can't stay healthy, man. But
that's tough to trade a quarterback that just came off shoulder surgery as well.
Well, yeah, that doesn't help either. So
we'll see, bro. We'll see.
All these trades of all these quarterbacks, Matt Ryan to Indy.
Matt Ryan to Indy. Yes.
Like all those moves kind of kill, Russell Wilson to Denver. All those moves killed Jimmy G's market. It was like this in the offseason, or
Wentz to Washington.
Yeah, Washington. Yeah, and it so close. Everyone had just slowly closed it down, right? So there's no options there. But I like the Matt Ryan to Indy move for Indy for sure.
Yeah, they're there. I think they're there.
So, but that AFC is going to be tough though. So I don't know if Ryan's going to be enough for Indy to get them over that hump. They're, because that AFC is going to be a tough one to come out of.
Yeah, you got to watch for the Steelers with Trubisky, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. You never know. Let's go ahead.
You never know. Any given Sunday, man.
Exactly. Any given Sunday, Trubisky can be the man.
Let's not go that far, though.
Any given Sunday. Hey, if Jimmy G can be the man, Trubisky can be the man. Let's do this. Let's talk about these overtime rules. Propose. Do you like Indy and Philly's proposal to allow both teams the opportunity to possess the ball? Do you like Tennessee's, where if you score a touchdown first, you have to get the 2 to win the game? Do you like the way it is? What are your thoughts on that, brother?
I do actually like Tennessee's idea. I like that. You get the touchdown, you can go for 2, you get the 2, you win the game. You miss it, the other team gets a chance, right? It gives a little bit more strategy, a little bit more thinking in that way. Both teams getting possession scare me in a way, because this game could go on for a while, right?
Yeah.
Then are you still only going to do 10? What do they do in regular season? I think only 10 minutes. So you could end up having a lot of games end in ties, which I don't think they want happening either.
No.
So football's already a rough sport. To continue to add on more minutes for them to play, it makes it even tougher on these guys, their bodies, their heads, and everything like that. So, but I like the 2.1. If they're going to switch to anything, I like the 2.1.
Why don't we just go back to sudden death?
Could do that too.
First,
but that was always just
a score. It's game over.
I hated always the field goal, just getting the field goal range, kick it. I do. If you're going to do anything, keep the touchdown at least. But
I do like that. I like it the way it is, to be honest.
Yeah. If you're not going to change anything for the sake of changing, just leave it like that. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
But
there was 60 minutes to be had by everyone.
You know what? Even if they switch the 2-point conversion thing, it'll still be, the team who got the ball first had the chance to get the touchdown, got the 2 point. There'll always be people complaining about whichever way they end up going, right?
Yeah.
Nothing's going to make everybody happy.
What do you think? What do you think about a rule where both teams get a possession, and if it's still a tie, then it's sudden death?
Yeah. What do you do? Flip a coin again, or the first team gets the ball back then?
First team gets the ball back.
Yeah. And then that's the way it probably will be if they're tied after one possession each. It probably does go to sudden death, right?
Yeah.
I would hope so. I like football, but I don't want to watch a game for freaking 5 hours.
I just keep it the way it is.
Hockey, on the other hand, those overtimes can keep going.
You like the 3-on-3?
No. I mean, for regular season, I do.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Yeah, that's fine. I would never want to see that in the playoffs, though.
Playoffs, you got to go. You got to go till it's over.
Yeah. That would be terrible if they switched to 3-on-3 in the playoffs. Oh, my God.
What was that really long one with Detroit like a while ago? Was it like 3 overtimes? Was that Detroit and Colorado?
Yeah, how long ago was that? Back
No,
90s?
that was a long time ago, bro.
There's been a few that have been 5, I think, at least, right?
Dang.
Yeah. Like, I don't
And
even
then
know how you do that, man.
You got to play in a couple nights as well.
Yeah. The worst ones are when they have the game the next day sometimes.
Wow.
It's like, I don't even know how you would do that. My body would be dead for a week.
But never with the penalty shots in the playoffs.
No, good God.
Never with the penalty shots.
Watching Canada lose in, what was it, 96 with Gretzky sitting on the bench in that shootout to Dominic Hasek. Still painful memories.
Oh, Gretzky just sitting there watching these clowns, eh?
Yeah.
He's like, you didn't pick the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Why?
No kidding.
He might have not had the moves, but he found a way to put that puck in there.
Dude loved his slap shots on breakaways.
He's a great one. He's a great one.
Speaking of rules.
What?
How excited are you to see the CFL go to 4 downs?
Are you crazy with that garbage? Are you crazy with that? Randy Ambrosi, man. He just brought, you know what that was? That was like high quality trolling.
Yeah.
Releasing that into the media, I believe. I don't, what are your thoughts? I think I'm pretty clear on 4 downs in the CFL is absolutely stupid. It would slow the game down. It'd be just trash. I don't think it'd bring in more American viewers. I don't know. What are your thoughts, bro?
No, not at all. You know what? If you're going to change stuff, I guess find stuff to change that you think, but the downs should never be one of them. Like we said, we've seen it in social media. You even said it. 4 down. You got 3 downs now to get a first down in the CFL with that wide field and all that kind of stuff. Man, people are going to just throw 3-yard outs or whatever and get those slowly moving, right? It's going to take away from the games of the bombs down the field. Like if you looked at CFL, NFL, I'd love to know comparison-wise how many bombs are downfield in the CFL compared to the NFL. You know, absolutely. Like it's 2nd and 10. It's like, okay, let's bomb it downfield, right? Yeah. You know, so to me, that's you don't touch that at all. Hell no.
No, it's just another way of keeping them in the media, and at the same time, it's them being lazy. They need to put money and effort into marketing the game properly, not only to Americans but to a new generation of Canadian fans. Yeah. It's ridiculous saying, "Oh, we need to change the rules." No, you don't. It was 1 year off because of the pandemic. Guys were obviously rusty. They weren't as in good shape as they would if they're continuously playing and training. So to put it on the rules and give me a break. I was really pissed off when I first heard it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Holy and cow. I was losing my mind.
Like you said, they need to get fixed in Toronto, BC, get that Edmonton market back up again.
Yes.
Get some stability here. Maybe get Atlantic Canada more involved in it somehow. Yeah. And then you worry about getting more viewerships in the States. I'm not saying ignore the States completely. You know, keep the viewers you have now, try to gain slowly there, but you really need to fix the markets here. If Toronto was booming here in the CFL, it'd make the CFL so much better. I know it's a tough sell, and I know it's always going to be tough, but if they can get that market going, it's a bonus right there.
Yeah, their social media game is pathetic compared to the NFL. Like TSN doesn't really post much on, like even the TSN coverage is kind of clownish.
Yeah.
Compared to the NFL viewership and what they're able to do in the offseason, get people's interest. So they got to focus on that.
Yeah. Market these guys. Start marketing the guys that have been here for a few years and made the CFL their league. They're not looking to go to the NFL anymore at this point. Market those guys. Market even some of the younger guys that come in. At least you market them here. You market those guys, the younger guys in the States. They get known in both places, and then you have more people taking interest, right?
Absolutely.
What do I know? I'm not in marketing.
Because your ideas are good.
You know what? I'm going to send my resume to the CFL tomorrow. See what happens.
Good luck with that. Keep in mind, they don't like to spend money on marketing. It's horrible. Like they should be trying to really get into Toronto.
Oh, for sure, man.
But they're not. They're looking to blame it on the game somehow.
Yeah. 4 downs, man. 4 downs.
Goodness. Let that Victor Cui guy at Edmonton, other than the logo thing, let him get some good ideas going, and it'll get me started on that again. But I really like what he's doing to Edmonton. He's kind of looking into the future and at the same time bringing the fans back from the past that kind of fractured last season. So maybe talk to him a little more, get him more involved, because I don't think they know what they're doing in the CFL head office, bro.
No, and you know what? The funny thing is, I liked Ambrosi when he first came in. He sounded like he had some good ideas and plans, but he's just gone the same way as every other commission. Kind of gotten stale, and it's probably time for a different person in there.
Yeah, maybe not another former player.
No, maybe a recent former player. Someone, I don't know. There's got to be
someone
someone
with
out
a
there.
Strong marketing background.
Time to bring Milt Stiegel in there.
Oh gosh, paper plates. That'd be hilarious. Let's move on to my favorite segment, brother. Benny's Brickhead of the week. Who you got, man?
Dude, I went with a whole team this time, and we talked about them earlier. I got to go with the Italian men's soccer team for crashing out of this World Cup. To me, a lot of brickheads on that team that just couldn't get the job done. How can you not put the ball in net? So, Italian men's soccer team, you guys are my brickheads of the week. Terrible.
Okay, I gotta leave it at that. I have nothing to say.
Nothing to say. They're terrible.
No. So let's give out our hot dogs on Eat That Hot Dog. I'll go first. Shout out to another great Winnipeg sports podcast, Winnipeg Sports Talk with Andrew Hustler and Michael Remus, celebrating their 1-year anniversary recently. Shout out to them and their continued success from
that's awesome.
Your podcast brothers over here at Ray and Benny Talk Sports. You got a hot dog for it, brother?
Well, I got to go back to soccer again. This time I'm going to the Canada way. And John Herdman and his coaching staff and the Canada men's soccer team for qualifying for the World Cup with a game to spare, how they've looked doing it. I mean, my hot dog goes out to them for amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, folks are getting excited about Canada football.
Yeah, it's funny because there was that issue with the Costa Rica guy going down easy when he got shouldered for the second yellow. And it's funny how it enrages people who are just kind of probably tuning into soccer and how easy guys go down and stuff. And it's just like, that's just a part of soccer. Like, that's what these guys have been grown up and told to do, right? Horrible. And you already knew that guy was on thin ice with this, and he shouldn't have done it. You know, just don't do that, and it wouldn't happen. So, but it's funny because it happened in the Jets game, and I think someone did it to Dubois, or Dubois did it to an NHL player. Of course, both of them barely budged, right? Because they both wanted to look very tough. So.
I hate that about soccer, man.
I do too, man.
Go down. And, yeah, it's like that goalie against Marchand.
Oh, that was quite the punch. So I play soccer. I like soccer. That stuff does drive me crazy, but it's expected, right? I don't even get upset over it anymore. So
you're still upset over penalty kicks in high school. We were talking about that this week.
You want to bring that? You want to have that discussion?
Well, sure. What do you want to talk about?
how you guys couldn't score a goal in a penalty shootout for us in high school?
Why are you mad, bro? It's windy.
The worst thing is we were up 3-0 in that game. We blew it, and then you guys blew it with penalty shots.
You guys blew it. Where were you during the game?
I was not allowed to take them.
Yeah, there we go. So let's move on from that. Anything you got to say to the people, Benny?
You know what? Just have a good week, and we'll talk to you next week.
And for the famous words of Vince Lombardi, the dictionary is the only place where success comes before work. Be kind, be safe, help each other out. Hey, friends and neighbors, don't forget to check us out online on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Ray Benny Sports. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you think.